Aquarius men are the hardest to capture, to attract in the zodiac, and to keep, to retain, even harder. They're very non-committal. And for this reason, I am making a video with lots of tips on how to attract Aquarius men because they are really interesting. I like them a lot. They're so cool. But they're the hardest Pokemon to catch. If you're a Gemini, feel free to speed up my videos. I always laugh when you tell me that in the comments. I totally get it. Hi, I'm Mina, your favorite Pisces astrologer, and I'm back with another video on astrology, love, compatibility, and dating, stuff like that. I am a big romantic, and you know I love using my knowledge of astrology to help you guys enhance your life. It's like I'm so passionate about it. It is what makes me happy, what keeps me going. And speaking of that, I hope everyone's been okay with this awful Venus and Aries retrograde. I hope we all get peace soon. I think it's ending April 12th, so hope we all have the strength to endure this last leg of it, right? All right, so I'm going to give you extra tips than I do usually on my attraction series videos because this is hard. And I have caught a few Aquarius men myself. I'm married now, so not the case anymore. But yeah, I blame my Sagittarius Mars. Aquarius and Sagittarius go together so well, right? Keep in mind this video is a general energy video. We must always consider the full chart of your Aquarius man. So keep that in mind. There can always be mitigating factors, right? Aquarius is a masculine sign. And it's ruled by Saturn and Uranus. It is the fixed air sign. So these men are stubborn, set in their ways. They like to think how they want to think. They are the happiest bachelors out there, which brings me to tip number 1. Understand that they are already in love before you even got there. With their independence. They are in love with their independence. Their independence will be their first love always and forever. And this is just how they're wired, you guys. They really like to be themselves all the time and to make their own decisions. They're the friendliest control freaks in the zodiac. Oh, and be sure to stay for the last tip. The last tip is the most annoying. Anyway, back to tip number 1. They are very stubborn, and yeah, they like their freedom, and this is why they can be very non-committal because they're already happy being a single guy and living it up, hanging out with their friends, doing their special interests. Just having that type of freedom is so alluring and intoxicating to them. So it's why it's hard to give up, right? The only exception I see with Aquarius men being so in love with their independence is, which makes them non-committal in relationships, is when their parents have a really good relationship and when they perceive, especially they're going to be looking at the father the most, that their father was happy, he got to express himself, he got opportunities to do his own thing, and the relationship was just really happy and not super limiting on either parent's individuality. I think that's when an Aquarius man might be a little bit more open-minded to merging with someone in a relationship and being less flighty with commitments. But yeah, that's just how they're wired, you guys. And tip number 2, they romanticize friendship so much. That's romantic to them because friendship is all about sharing ideas, sharing experiences, communicating regularly. Aquarius is a sign of friendship for a reason. So oftentimes when you're trying to get with an Aquarius man, you start in the friend zone. But starting in the friend zone isn't so bad because it's their kind of indirect way of saying like, hey, you're a candidate because we're friends. And it starts with friendship for them. Love starts with a solid friendship. But yeah, it's a slow process in this friend zone. So you're going to have a lot of patience here for sure. Number 3, kind of what I just said, they are very slow to commit. Very, very slow, very cautious, and above all else, they're on their own timeline. So yeah, they're not in a rush to get to know you, but they do want to get to know you. Number 4, this is going to sound a little harsh, but you will never be the center of their universe. And that has to be okay with you. But you will be an important, like, little star in their universe, okay? In other words, they don't want to be your whole world. They want you to have your own life, your own friend groups, your own special interests, your own goals, your own job. That's what they find stimulating intellectually. Remember, they're an air sign. That's what they find romantic and sexy, is to be with someone with their complete universe within themselves already. Takes the pressure off of them. They don't like pressure. And the good news is they don't have to be the center of your universe either. They don't want that. I know some people will be like, oh, but they want to be the center of my universe. Well, I think most of the time, Aquarius men are fair with this. They just want two people with their own lives sharing together. That is so much to talk about. If you have two separate lives, that's two separate experiences to talk about. They need something to talk about. That's what gets them excited. Tip number 5 is a bit idealistic, but ideally, before dates are even consider doing something like really low pressure but social, such as playing a game online with them. That's like fun, right? And you talk to each other. They need that air element to really get hooked on you, right? They need to see if you're someone that they could talk to and get excited by. And these little low pressure activities, especially like online games, because you're not even in the same room with each other, are very safe to them. I think it doesn't freak them out, and it lets them dip their toes in getting to know you, right? But it doesn't have to be this. Honestly, it would be even better if you worked together. They're ruled by Saturn. I think they're just like Capricorns. They can mix work and love. But yeah, I think that like meeting an Aquarius in a workplace, it's like you see them every day. You're not there because of each other. You're there because you collect a paycheck. It takes the pressure off of them, right? And hopefully your work has some pockets in the day where you're allowed to socialize. And even better, if you have like mutual friend groups and you meet an Aquarius in a friend group, that's really fun too. That's a really good situation. Meeting them on apps, I mean, like, of course, Aquarius love technology, right? But I feel like it's a little harder. But I would say if you're on an app and you're talking to an Aquarius man, maybe suggest like playing games together, something low pressure but social. And if you can't do that, I'm going to sound like some of those red pill guys, but I'm not, I promise. Maybe like a coffee date, because a coffee date is not centered on the coffee. It's just a safe social place to talk. And again, they need to see if they could talk to you. And yeah, they could be a little Saturn stingy. It's not expensive, which I'm sure is comforting to them. It's just low investment, okay? Low investment, but with the potential of big gains, because they could walk away from that small interaction like really liking you, really being attracted to you. Number 6, okay, it's important to know that they can give a bad first impression sometimes, because Aquarius men, they could be a little awkward. They could be a little stiff, they can even appear like a little boring. But this is because they're ruled by two really difficult outer planets, Saturn and Uranus. So they're shy guys. They're kind of nerdy. So I would say give them some time to warm up. Don't judge them like right away, because they might seem awkward. But they're not boring at all. They're so interesting. They need to get warmed up a little bit to really showcase themselves properly. Tip number 7, so important. Gender roles, typical gender roles do not apply here with Aquarius men. So if you're expecting him to pay for the first date, all that stuff, you might be really disappointed. Instead, plan to split the check. That will make him like so turned on, especially if you're cool with it and you're not angry about it. Because again, they want equal partnership, and they're futuristic people. They're modern men. And yeah, they expect you to show up equally. And you know, for my men who are interested in Aquarius men, this applies to you too. They'll think it's really sexy if you split the check. But hey, it just starts out like this. Maybe when it gets more serious, I see Aquarius is being a little bit more generous. You know, they're just ruled by greedy Saturn. They take time to warm up. They really do. Number 8 is really important as well. All of these are important. Standard things that you use to attract people just don't work as well on Aquariuses. In other words, like leading with beauty is not very powerful like it usually is with other men. That's just not enough to get them interested. That's really boring and typical to them, and they're looking for something different, atypical, interesting. Leading with your mind, leading with your wittiness, your charisma, your intellect, your values. That's what's going to make you stand out to an Aquarius. All air stuff. All air stuff. So yeah, it doesn't hurt if you're cute. It's just not like everything like it is to a lot of men, because men are visual. Tip number 9 is kind of related, but oh my goodness, Aquarius men loves a modern woman like no one else. Maybe Pisces is number 2. I think they can really champion a modern woman, but Aquarius men are the kings, all right, of loving and celebrating a modern boss babe. Yeah, so if you want someone to lift you up with words of affirmation, being a boss babe and being independent, an Aquarius man can do that, and they will happily do that. Again, just don't expect them to act like Capricorns, like traditional Saturn gentlemen paying for the dates. No, but they will celebrate you for the modern queen that you are with words and lifting you up with words of affirmation. I think it's really nice. So yeah. And of course, if you're a man interested in Aquarius men, this applies to you too. If you're a successful, independent, go-getter king, an Aquarius man will love that. Love it, love it, love it. Be very attracted to you. Speaking of modern women, I'm a modern woman, and I am going to do an ad in this video, a sponsored ad. I was sent a product by theotterspirit.com. They make crystal bracelets. I know I haven't done this in a long time. I did this in my Virgo man video. I will put that up here, how to attract a Virgo man. A lot of you didn't like it, but keep in mind I have bills to pay, and I haven't done this in like a million years. That video was in 2021, okay? So I'm not doing this all the time, and I only do it when I really believe and like the product. And I really love these bracelets. They're genuine crystals, and I have a really small wrist, so I appreciate that they fit really nicely. And they use astrology on their website, which is why they contacted me wanting to see if I will showcase their products. And most importantly, what really got me to do this is for every bracelet they sell, they donate $1 to an otter charity, which otters are really adorable sea creatures. And I love animals, you guys. They're like my favorite thing on the planet. That's my favorite charity to donate to. Is anything to help animals. I'm all over it. So naturally, I was inclined to say yes to the Otter Spirit. Full disclosure, if you buy a bracelet, yes, you get this amazing coupon for 20% off. I'll put it up here. It's midnight 020 that you will put in checkout to get your 20% off of your purchase. And a commission of that does go to me, full disclosure. I will thank you with all of my heart for supporting me if you do choose to buy an Otter Spirit bracelet and help a little cute otter, help a little Mina. Thank you so much. It warms my heart that you're helping my dream come true. And yeah, so I want to talk about these real quick. So I chose these 3 bracelets. The beautiful turquoise bracelet, which they give you a little card and tell you what they mean. The turquoise is for healing, and I have lots of healing to do, especially with my parents being deceased, so that was very comforting. And I love turquoise because it's so 1970s, and that's so amazing to me because my parents were young in the 70s, and I just love anything 70s for that reason. It's very comforting to my Cancer nostalgic moon. I also got this carnelian bracelet, which this Venus in retrograde in Aries beat my confidence up. So yeah, I love that it stands for confidence, creativity, and passion. That's right up my Venus in Aries alley. And it's just so beautiful, and it feels so soft on my wrist. I love it. It does make me feel more confident. Also got this elegant freshwater pearl bracelet, which was their March bracelet. Again, they organized by zodiac sign, month, even, and manifestation goals and gemstones. So they did not give me a card on what the pearl meant. So I did my due diligence and researched. And pearls, oh my goodness, they're symbolic not only of purity, but of tears. Tears of the Gods, I think it was called. So it kind of makes me feel like if I cry because something makes me sad, I won't be so alone, it really reminds me of Cancer energy. And I really do like how all three of them stack up and look really nice together. So yeah, also, let me show you the cute little box. It comes in like this. I know my Tauruses like to see things like this, like packaging. And I love the little felt. This is what the bracelet comes in, like this little felt pouch, which is really nice. Also, this is the carnelian card. So it will tell you like what it means and all the zodiac signs it stands for, all that stuff. So yeah, I'm really happy with this purchase, and I just love helping animals so much. Thank you for everyone who is patient and open-minded listening to my ad about the Otter Spirit. Please go to their website, theotterspirit.com, to utilize the coupon, support my channel, and also support your manifestation goals. But back to the Aquarius men, because we're here for the astrology, right? Tip number 10, display your special interest. So if an Aquarius man sees this, he might assume that you're into spirituality and will ask you questions about that. This will incite really interesting conversations because they love when someone's proud of their quirks and their special interests and they just lay it all out there. It gives them something to easily talk about, and it helps them get to know you. You could wear your favorite band shirt. You can have like little bumper stickers on your car with political views. Like, they love interesting stuff like that so much. Tip number 11 is related. Be yourself. Being yourself is the best gift you can give to your Aquarius man, because you're giving them the opportunity to love you for the individual you are, to see you, to hear you for the individual you are, to experience you as your unique self. And if you lie about those things, then they can't really deeply fall in love with you, because that's how they fall in love with you, through seeing your weirdness. They love a weird girl through seeing the very different details that make you you. So don't lie about it. It will not do anything good with this connection. They need authenticity. Also, let them be themselves. Tip number 12, compliment them when they say something smart. And don't lie about this, like, don't pander, but they're smart guys. So when they display their intelligence, make them see that you notice it. Like, wow, it's really interesting that you think like this, or wow, you're right, you're really smart to think of things that way. They will light up so big because they really want to be loved for their brain. Tip number 13, show that you notice the interesting things about them. So if they have like a really vintage shirt on with a really weird obscure band, ask them about it. Or if they have a really unique hairstyle, ask them about it, compliment them about it. That will show them that you see the interesting, unique things about them, because they like to feel seen for who they uniquely are. That's why they want to see it in you too. Number 14 is obvious, but bring your conversation A game. They are an air sign, and act like a Gemini. Be curious, be fun to talk to, because they will keep coming back to talk to you, to share ideas with you. That is the best way to hook them, hands down. And 15, don't be afraid to disagree with them. They actually find this sexy. Just do it respectfully. This shows them that you have your own mind, and they definitely want to see that you have your own ideas and stuff. So it's really good to do this. Number 16, be consistently friendly. This sounds so simple, but it's a huge power move with an Aquarius, because they are avoidant AF. When emotions run high, they run away. They get very uncomfortable. They close down. they will avoid you. So when you're just consistently friendly, it makes them like feel safe to keep coming back to talk to you. And it just makes them feel good. Like air people like friendliness. That turns them on so much. It makes them feel accepted. It's like the air version of warmth is friendliness. So you can't go wrong with that. And mostly this is because they are, in my opinion, the most rejection sensitive sign out there, especially the men. Aquarius men are the most rejection sensitive men in the zodiac. And this is why they need friendly people. They are attracted to friendly people for this reason, because it's less likely that they'll get hurt. Number 17, at first, keep conversations centered on shared interests, interesting topics, science stuff, less emotions, less feelingsy. Because again, they're avoidant, and I do think they like to explore things logically. They like to talk about ideas and concepts. That's kind of relaxing and fun and invigorating to them. And just talking about things that center around feelings is not super fun for them. I think if it's mixed with social issues, they can stomach it a little bit more. And when they get to know you more, they can have more tolerance for it. But just in the beginning, just kind of try to not center on feelings. And I know this is so hard for my water signs, my Cancers, Scorpios, and Pisces. But yeah, in the beginning, don't scare them off with the feeling. And on that note, tip number 18, do not cling. Do not get emotionally attached in an obvious way too quickly with an Aquarius man. This will scare them off like nothing else. They will avoid you because they are avoidant. If they have some water in their chart, they might tolerate it a little bit, but this will just scare them off like nothing else. And I know it's not fair, and I know my water signs struggle with this point the most, but to the best of your ability, I think Scorpio is the best at this. Hide your attachment until you know them a little bit better, and until like things get a little bit more serious, because yeah, they just don't like that. Number 19, don't apply too much pressure. Again, they're on their own timeline. They operate on their own set of values, so pushing them and pressing them to do something will have the opposite effect, because they are ruled by Uranus. They're very contrarian, so be careful with. Number 20 is kind of sad. They don't want to rescue you. And I know that sounds sad, but it's because they want equal partnership. 2 incomes, 2 stable lives, 2 friend groups, 2 everything. 2 independent lives to lean on, because 2 is better than 1. That is like them being very Saturn and resourceful. So yeah, they don't want to rescue you. That's not romantic to them. Maybe if they have like a lot of Pisces in their chart, they might do a little bit, but in general, no. They just want to experience you. They just want to be a part of your world. Number 21 is so important. Listen carefully to what they say. And you really want to ask them questions about how they view relationships. What do they want out of a relationship? They're fixed air signs, so their ideas don't change very easily. So if they say they're into polyamory, or they don't want a committed relationship, they like friends with benefits, kind of situationship stuff, believe them and listen to them. And if that does not align with what you want, get out, because you're not going to change them. I think this is so important. Believe them the first time and listen very intently to their ideas around relationships so you don't get hurt. And number 22 is the hardest to swallow for many people, but you will have to initiate. Again, they are so rejection sensitive. So the thought of them putting themselves out there, and you could say no. If you want a date, if you want to progress things in the relationship, most likely you will have to initiate that with an Aquarius man. The plus side is that they will really feel loved and chosen. You know, they're not too different from Leos. They like to feel chosen by someone. They will feel chosen, and they will have the confidence to really move things forward with you if they know you are making your affections and feelings and intentions known towards them. It's just less scary for them. It's less risky. And they are Saturn people. They are cautious. So even though there's so many podcasts and YouTube channels telling women not to initiate, I get it. We all hear it. We're all influenced by it. But if you're interested in an Aquarius man, you might need to go against the grain and initiate things with them. They will so appreciate it, though. They're so cute. So yeah, I will end this video off talking about the Aquarius paradox. So the Aquarius paradox is frustrating but a little romantic, and it involves their non-committal energy along with their rejection sensitivity, along with their fixed nature. An Aquarius is so fixed, okay, that they would rather keep you as a friend because they love friendship rather than lose you. The thought of losing you because they shot their shot and you turned them down is devastating, which is kind of romantic. It's kind of touching. And it's devastating because after a rejection, an Aquarius man has a hard time going back to just being friends. I think there is too much hurt. And just like they avoid feelings in other people, they avoid their own feelings. So I don't know if they could get over that type of ego wound. All in all, I do think Aquarius men are very special and they're worth the energy and time you'll have to utilize to get to know them. I think that, they're kind of proof that sometimes people like unique relationship situations, especially if they have that fixed staying power. So, hey, I'm not here to judge. I think Aquarius men are lovely. And please let me know what you think about Aquarius men. Let me know about your experience. And yeah, I love talking with you in the comments. I will see you in the next video. Bye.